Good afternoon, everybody that tunes in. Welcome to episode 16. Afternoon. We're going to cover a couple brief topics today. Going to be talking about the Oscars. I painstakingly sat through the 94 Academy Awards and was not impressed. So we'll talk about that. We'll briefly talk about Will Smith and Chris Rock, even though I feel like at this point, it's kind of been milked a lot, and Will Smith ended up apologizing, so there's probably not much to say about it. And lastly, we will be going over Shutter Island, which was recommended to us by a subscriber who tuned in last podcast called Shutter Island, starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Mark Ruffalo. So without further ado, we'll start off with the Oscars.
And by the way, the subscriber's name is Fuzz Aldrin. If you're watching, Fuzz, this episode is for you, man. Thank you for the...
if hopefully he joins in.
Yeah, and thank you for the recommendation. You'll see what we think now.
And also, I guess, like, if people watch this playback or when we make a smaller clip of this, if anybody has any movie recommendations, then please recommend some movies to us. We're trying to find movies that are not too mainstream. Like, we want to find some movies that people don't necessarily know about. Because, I mean, we could go and review, like, popular movies, but I think it's a little bit more fun to have a discussion over some of these movies that are either early on in somebody's career of, like, one of our favorite actors, or a movie that's just, like, a mid-ranked movie that could actually be a hidden gem. So, I kind of wanted to go and we're going to take some deeper dives into some movies that are not really talked about as much.
Yeah, and we can still do top-rated movies, but, like, if they're new. Like, if something's in theaters, see it. But, like, there's no point... Movies. Yeah. But there's no point in, like, reviewing... Like we were saying earlier, like, Top Gun was on our list. Like, it's been... Everyone knows that movie. Everyone's reviewed that movie. It's a classic. There's really no point in us doing a review unless it's part of our, like, idea of a live stream watch-along, which we'll probably get to very soon.
Yeah, or we'll like Top Gun Maverick whenever that comes out.
Yeah, that definitely.
Or like, I do like the format of like newer movies we talk about, and then like we have actually some pretty decent movies on the list. Like, there's some movies that people don't really know about. So like, G.I. Jada. Hello. So like what do we got here? Nightcrawler, which I put down 7.9. So there's gonna be some good movies. All right, let's talk about the Oscars. Before we talk about Will Smith and Chris Rock,
you want to talk about the actual ratings?
Not the ratings, but so Dune, which we had in our own award show, and we gave it movie of the year and then best CGI. It ended up winning, I think, like 4 or 5 awards at the Oscars.
Yeah.
So it got, let's see, what did it get? It got visual effects, sound, production design, music.
Really?
Film editing.
I'm surprised music, because I feel like we were so into the movie, we both agreed like we didn't really pay attention to music. Remember that?
Yeah. I mean, we were more... If it didn't win, like, the best CGI, then... I don't know. But we didn't watch King Richard, which... So, like, the actor in the leading role, Will Smith, obviously got that one. For King Richard. We haven't watched it. But there was... Andrew Garfield's Tick, Tick, Boom and Benedict Cumberbatch in The Power of the Dog also in that. And I feel like both of them got robbed because they were just so good in those movies that I don't know.
What is it? What was the category?
Best or actor in a leading role.
Who won?
Will Smith.
I don't even know what movie he did that for.
King Richard.
Okay.
It's a movie about like the father of the Williams sisters.
Okay. I haven't seen it, so I can't really compare it. But yeah, I could have.
Yeah, me neither.
Power of the Dog. I could have definitely seen Benedict Cumberbatch winning. I did not see Andrew Garfield's movie, but I've seen clips, and I no doubt he could have won that too. Because I had recently seen a lot of stuff from his Facebook movie. Mm-hmm. What was it called?
The Facebook movie? Oh.
Yeah.
The Social Network?
Yeah, The Social Network. That's what it was. And he killed it. So I'm not surprised if Andrew would have won that, but that's too bad. Maybe we'll have to watch that Will Smith movie. I don't know if it's an interest of ours.
Not really. I don't really care for tennis. Nor do I really care for the Williams sisters.
I don't even know them. I don't even know the Williams sisters.
Serena Williams.
I didn't know she had sisters. Williams. Or a sister. I don't watch sports that much or tennis. So.
Let's see what else. Animated feature film was Encanto. I mean, you've probably heard about Encanto. That one was. But I mean, not. I agree with some of the stuff, like the stuff that Dune won. Costume design was a toss-up. I was surprised that Cruella won. I didn't watch Cruella, but I was told that it was sort of like a fashion show kind of thing. A movie that I wanted to check out was Nightmare Alley. That one was on the list.
Let me put this up on stream so that people can see the list we're talking about here.
Put it up on stream. Nightmare Alley was one that was interesting. It's a 2021 American neo-noir psychological thriller directed by Guillermo del Toro. So that might actually,
we do be a good one. We really have gotten into psychological thrillers. That really has been our thing right now.
And that has a 7.1 on IMDb too, which is surprising because it was nominated for an Oscar. So it's more of like our mid-range. The Old Nightmare Alley is free on YouTube.
Okay.
There's another one. I don't even know that.
An original, maybe. Nightmare Alley. Let's look that up.
The reason we have the every 10-second cooldown on the messages is because we get those bots in here, so
yeah, so
it's easier to manage the. Well, it's also on HBO Max and Hulu if you just have the subscription, so we can do a.
Okay, we have HBO Max. This new one though is getting 80% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's got some very well-known actors and actresses in it. Maybe.
Yeah, which is why I was like, look at when we were watching the Oscars, we were kind of just like, what is this? I haven't heard of it. And it has, my God, what the hell's his name? Bradley Cooper. 1953 Nightmare Alley with Tyrone Powers. 1953? Oh my God.
So I'm back on the Oscars thing right now on the stream. Where were you in this list? I don't think we need to go over the whole
I was
thing.
just kind of bouncing around.
Okay. Encanto, cinematography, Dune, of course.
Did you watch the first Nightmare Alley? GI? Is it like...
Hey, did you see who won directing?
Yeah, I celebrated for that.
Power of the Dog.
I was like, woo!
Hey, we got something right. That movie was really well done.
I know. We'll just host the Oscars now.
Or Will Smith.
So I mean, everybody kind of knows the story. I saw it's amazing too. Okay. We'll check them out. I added it to the list, so it's in there.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit. What happened?
Yeah, you want to give some hot takes?
Yeah, let's get some hot takes up in here.
I got some hot takes.
There's two things I want to bring up.
I'll check out the new one first for that one.
Two things we need to talk about here.
Okay, what are they?
Two things. First of all, the slappage itself. Let's talk about the slappage that occurred here. I put it on stream.
I know. I mean, some people are kind of like, I'm tired of watching this, but
there's two things. There's two things I want to discuss here. Okay, two main points that I want to hit.
Okay.
What? First question. Do you think he was justified in doing this? Do you think that the joke was that harmful that it justified him going up on stage on live television and slapping Chris Rock in the face for offending his wife? Do you think you think it was justified? What do you think? What's your take on this?
I don't think the joke was that bad. We were talking about this actually earlier today, and Sammy saw, I think, a TikTok or a post somewhere talking about how Jada was going to be like, she's like, oh, you know, I'm going to be open about this. I'm not necessarily going to care about who says like stuff about my hair. And some people are like, you know, G.I. Jane is not even like that bad of a reference because G.I. Jane is like kind of, you know, pretty cool. You know, it's like G.I. Joe, right? So it's sort of along the same lines. The joke was just that, you know, she has a shaved head, which Jada chose to do. Like, she chose to shave her head because of the condition she has. So, I mean, like, if she was so self-conscious about it, why would she go out in public just with it out? Like, if she could have worn a hat, she could have worn something different, like, to cover it up if she was so self-conscious about it. Sure, it was a distasteful joke, but, like, I thought Chris Rock and Will Smith were tight, but I guess I was wrong.
I still think they are. No, I mean, G.I. Jada, I totally get what you're saying. It's definitely like, I was listening to my morning show and it was talking about how like this is really bad on comedy because it just, you know, people are like, you can't say anything anymore without someone getting offended and doing something. And so Luca, Mandy and I were talking about this and she was saying that like you said, like she has come out being publicly okay with her hair, telling people to be brave and to like respect it, and she was confident about it. So if you're so confident about it, why did this happen? Why are you so offended by a joke that's not even that bad?
Yeah.
And the thing is, if you watch the clips, Will Smith was laughing. So he probably
he was laughing.
The only reason he did this was because he looked over and his wife was pissed. So he didn't really have a choice. You know?
I mean, he did have a choice.
No, but like,
to just, like,
it was
not
either
do anything.
Yeah, I know, but like, I mean, in their relationship, like he looked over, his wife was pissed, and he was caught laughing on television. So it's like, if he didn't do something to defend her, then he would be in big trouble with her. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
it's also the thing for me was like, if she had just shaved her head because she was being cool and like edgy, that's a different thing. But like, she also has like a disease. That's the reason for it. So you can also go the route of saying, you know, you're making fun of someone's physical appearance because they have a disease. So maybe it's untasteful at something high caliber like the Oscars. I also think I also don't care about the humor at the Oscars. I don't think there should be.
No, I don't think there should be.
I don't think there should be comedy at all. I want.
It's not even.
I don't
good
care
comedy.
about. I care about the movies. I care about what movie won. I don't care about any of this stuff.
Yeah,
so it's not what I want as a moviegoer, you know.
No, and at the beginning they're like, the Oscars are a place for movie lovers to come and enjoy, you know, movies, and like it ended up not even being remotely about that. They always had to incorporate something with politics or a bad joke or, you know, something, and it just isn't. It's not the way to do it. Like, you're not praising film.
Yeah, I see what
I
you're
watched
saying.
every Chris Rock Oscar appearance in the last 5 years. His Jada joke was the least offensive. It didn't even really seem like, I don't know. He's like, he even said like, Jada, I love you. Like,
It was literally just like,
he clearly set it up to be a joke.
Yeah, it was literally just like, haha, you have short hair. And here's another person who has short hair. That's basically it. Like, literally it. I don't know. Because there's also this whole thing. It's also a lot of backstory. Like, there's problems with Will Smith and his wife's relationship.
Yeah, like they have an open relationship. They've been publicly humiliated. And I'm sure it was more of a thing for Will Smith.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even think he did it for his wife at that point.
Yeah.
I think he just did it for himself because he's tired of, like, hearing about her cheating and whatever. And, like, it was just like the last straw. He was just like, I can't take it anymore. I'm sure he was laughing, but maybe at one point when he saw her upset, he was probably like, wow, they're, like, laughing at us. And he was just like, I'm going to go slap him. Like, so I think he should get his Oscar taken away, though. He did. He did?
Yeah, he's going to. That's what I heard. I'm pretty sure it happened yesterday.
I would give my left hand to be the lead actor in the new G.I. Jane movie. Is G.I. Jane even a good movie? Is that even, like... I'm trying to get myself centered on this. I feel like I'm not.
Oh, no. People were saying you... Okay, so I guess it's
up in the air. They're not going to take it.
So the last thing I want to talk about with this, another photo that I have, and this is an interesting thing, the last little topic here from this. Do you think his apology and his crying was real? Because we all know, as a professional actor...
He's an Oscar-winning actor now.
Yeah, he's an Oscar-winning actor. You can't tell me with 100% certainty that these are real tears. That these are real emotional tears for what he did.
I think he was more so... I mean, he was probably emotional for winning the Oscar. Apparently, he was crying, like, after he slapped Chris Rock.
Yeah, this is his apology speech.
Well, that's the speech that he gave when he accepted the Oscar, wasn't it? I wouldn't really say it was an apology speech.
No, he gave an apology speech. Like, he actually gave an apology speech.
At the Oscars? I watched the Oscars live. I didn't really take that as an apology.
Well,
he was like, I gotta protect my family.
Yeah, the whole point was the reason it was a bad apology was he was basically saying he's sorry for his everything, but he didn't apologize for the Chris Rock. He didn't apologize to Chris Rock for what he did. No,
and then he issued a statement on Instagram or social media or whatever. I found this article by the New York Post, and so we were talking about Jim Carrey before, right? And how you stopped watching the Oscars because of what Jim Carrey said. And so Jim Carrey spoke about what happened with Chris Rock and Will Smith. And Jim Carrey has... This is what the article says.
I want to hear this. Can you send it to me? I'll put it on stream.
Yeah.
I definitely want to get this on stream.
Because Jim Carrey is,
Yeah, the whole idea... Luca and I were talking yesterday, and I was saying how, like, I don't watch the Oscars for the same reason that Jim Carrey said, which is, like, it's not about the movies. It's about celebrities, like, just being fancy, just, like, talking about their political stuff, and, it has nothing to do with what it really should be about, which is purely the awards about the movies, like, and the movies themselves. So let's get this on stream. Look at this article. If you want to read it still, I'll just scroll down.
So I'm just kind of go through it. So he slammed Will Smith for slapping Chris Rock at Sunday night's Academy Awards. He is quoted saying, I was sickened by the standing ovation with CBS Morning's interview that aired on Tuesday. He said that Hollywood is just spineless en masse, and it really felt like this is a clear indication that we aren't the cool club anymore. Scrolling down past where the video is, he said that I'd have announced this morning that I was suing Will for $200 million because that video is going to be there forever. It's going to be ubiquitous. And he said that that insult is going to last a very long time. If you want to yell from the audience and show disapproval or say something on Twitter, that's okay. But you do not have the right to walk up on stage and smack somebody in the face because they said words.
I announced this morning that I will be suing Will for $200 million.
Well, he was saying if he was in Chris Rock's shoes, he would have announced
I see.
this morning that he would have sued Chris Rock. Not Chris Rock, Will Smith.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying now. Yep.
And he says, it didn't escalate. It came out of nowhere because Will has something going on inside him that's frustrated. Carrie and Smith have met on a couple occasions, with Carrie claiming he wishes no ill will toward Will Smith. He said, "I wish him the best. I really do. He's done great things, but that was not a good moment. It cast a pall over everybody's shining moment. It was such a selfish moment that cast a pall over the whole thing."
Yeah, because that's the thing. Was my morning show was talking 99.1 PLR was talking about Chaz and AJ in the morning. Was talking about how they had a guest on who does a lot of movie stuff, and he was saying how the biggest thing was after this happened. Apparently, it was just the tension in the room was so high. It was so unfair who had to talk to the people who had to talk next, because the next categories were like an actress. This was her first Oscar, and it wasn't fair to her that she had to receive it and give her speech in this tension, you know?
Yeah. And I also feel bad for the people that, like, get those Oscars that are, like, the really quick ones. Like, you, like, come back from a commercial break, and they're like, okay, so the best sound is this nominee, this nominee, this nominee, this nominee. Oh, and it's this person. Like, they don't even get to say anything. They just walk up, take it, and say, thank you, and, like, leave.
Yeah.
It's like,
I want to thank my mom.
They just won an Oscar, and you give them 5 seconds to talk.
Yeah, and then they're very famous.
It's horrible.
Like, they get 2 minutes to talk, and they talk about all this crap. Yeah. Keep my wife's name out your mouth. Chris Rock was like, "What? What? Comedy? Like, comedy just died."
He took that slap so well. Like, that was a hard slap, and he took it. So kudos to him for.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's enough for the Oscars. There's really not much more we can really say on this besides, I guess we'll see what happens to Will Smith's Oscar. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see if he keeps it. So, time to move on to
Fuzz Aldrin's recommendation.
Yes.
Shutter Island.
Yes.
Shutter Island, to set the scene, I'll read the movie description.
Yeah, I'll get a poster up in here.
It's set in 1954. A U.S. Marshal investigates the disappearance of a murderer who escaped from a hospital for the criminally insane. We were recommended this movie after the Lighthouse review because we were told it was sort of similar to the Lighthouse. I guess similar in the sense that it's like it has like those twists and turns, right?
Yeah, definitely. It also has to do a lot with the full spoilers here. The whole idea of like the confused insanity, especially in the audience's point of view, not knowing what's going on.
Yeah, very
similar in that sense.
So this movie stars Leonardo DiCaprio and Mark Ruffalo, and it was pretty interesting. It's directed by Martin Scorsese, so it was an interesting movie. I found it interesting in the opening sequence, how they're on the boat and it's really foggy, and the lighthouse opens up to a really foggy boat scene.
Yeah. There was a lighthouse in this.
There was a lighthouse too. Two parallels.
Oh my god. And there was lobster. You like me lobster.
So what were your thoughts on the movie? I know you just watched it like not that long ago. So
yeah,
earlier today.
I quite enjoyed it. It was funny. I was watching it and I'm like, I'll talk to myself if I'm alone watching it. In the
he's going crazy.
Yeah, Scorsese is a really good director. So I was watching it in the kitchen, and Mark Ruffalo comes on screen, and I'm just like, Bruce Banner, what are you doing? Like, I don't normally see Mark Ruffalo in a lot of things besides Now You See Me, which is one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've seen Now You See Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great movie. He's great in that movie. He's very similar. His role in Now You See Me is very similar to this movie, as in you don't really know. You don't know what he's doing.
He likes those roles.
Yeah.
I don't think he knows what he's doing. That's what
I don't think Mark Ruffalo knows what he's doing.
Mark Ruffalo's just there.
Yeah, he's like, wait, so what do you need me to say? Is there a script? Is this a movie? Am I in the right place? Yeah, so I like the premise behind it. I see why this is very similar to The Lighthouse. That definitely rings true. There's definitely similarities here. You know, I don't want to say it has any problems. Maybe with the script, but very minor things. I really like the direction. There were some really cool camera shots in this. I like the moments. I was pretty glued to this. You know, I wasn't checking my phone or anything.
I was checking my phone here and there, but like it wasn't like I'm checking my phone out of boredom. It was just like I'm checking my phone.
I must check my phone.
But
yeah.
I thought it was a really good movie. I was saying that I was like, I don't know if it's necessarily better than Lighthouse. I was like after the movie, and then Sammy was like, "Why do you even like the Lighthouse? The movie was terrible." And I was like, "You just don't get it.
You're just not one of us. You don't get it."
She doesn't like the lobster.
But you have to like me, lobster. I really like Leonardo DiCaprio in this. He's always a really good actor, so there's he killed it.
And this movie's more digestible.
Yeah, I saw a lot of recognizable actors.
And it's easy to understand. It's not like cryptic like The Lighthouse. Like you actually can understand what happens at the end because they explain it.
Research. Well, I mean, did they explain it? Is that true?
I think so.
Yeah, I know. I think so too. But I wish it wasn't. You know. But I like it. I was just like at the end, you're like no, because like. He's going.
Yeah, you don't want him to be like.
Yeah, turned into
one of them.
Yeah, a vegetable. You know.
Yeah,
and you feel bad for him at the end. You know, and you think he's cured and everything at the end, and then he's like, "We got to get out of here, Chuck."
He's like, "They're never gonna know."
and then he's like, "That's right, boss." And it's just like this, like all the doctors are sad, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, because you really don't know for the majority of the movie. You're like, is he going crazy? Are they drugging him? You know, because that was the thing from the beginning. I had a sense from the beginning that the main doctor, the bald one who played the Mandarin, that he was sincere. I feel like he was the one character in all of this that was sincere from the beginning. So I was like, if something's going on, I don't think he's involved because he seems like he was actually helping them. He was, being honest. He was the only one of those doctors with a moral code when they were talking about the chains and like he was like, "You're gonna the
flooding and
stuff, he was like, "You're gonna kill 24 human beings." What just happened? We got an ad going on here. It's gone. He was the only one who actually had like a moral code that I liked. So, I did the what? Oh, the kids.
Did you cry at the Michelle Williamson kids reveal?
I did not cry, but it was definitely.
I don't really cry during movies.
I
only cried at what's the movie with Marley and Me?
Spy cried in Spider-Man: No Way Home. I definitely I didn't cry. There are movies that get me teary-eyed or I cry, but I didn't cry. But I definitely was like. When we found out what actually had happened to his family, that scene where we see them him picking his kids up out of the lake, that was rough. That was rough to watch. You're like, oh no, because it's like. But
he was saying he killed the kids, which I didn't understand.
No, he's saying he killed the kids because he didn't get there in time and because.
Oh, so he's just taking the blame for it.
No, he's saying. Remember, he said his wife said that she had a bug in her brain. Like he knew his wife wasn't healthy. But he didn't do anything about it. So he blames himself because if he had told somebody, if he had brought his wife somewhere to get mental help, this wouldn't have happened.
Right. Okay, I understand.
And I think he's still. Yeah, no, he was definitely in World War II. They explained that he was.
Yeah, they showed all the flashbacks. Yeah,
so he has so much mental trauma. They're just adding up, but it's crazy because, especially when his partner Chuck, who turns out to be his main physician, disappears. He falls off the cliff with the cigarette by the rock. You're like, oh my god, did he just Was he a patient? Like, I don't know. It was, and then he gets down there and the body's not there.
Yeah, so, they definitely hit you with some things that what I liked was George Noyce and like how they used him to sort of like explain a little bit more what was going on.
Oh, the
crazy guy that
that he helped to get out, but he was back there.
Yeah,
and I like the rule of 4.
Can you explain that? Because I don't think I still understood.
Well, the whole idea was that there were 4 names. He was the 67th patient.
So yeah, okay.
They're all anagrams of each other.
They were anagrams.
They were all basically the same letters all together.
And his name ended up being Andrew, right? And it was not Teddy.
Yeah.
That's when I started getting thrown off because they were throwing Edward, Andrew.
Yeah, they were. He was changing his name. Yeah.
But overall, I mean, I thought this movie.
He was saying that he was the arson, that name, because he blamed himself. So, I also love the design of the island, like the layout and everything.
Do you have a map?
No. I just thought it was really like the set design was really well done.
What was it? Some of the stuff definitely felt like it was a little bit CG. Like I thought the set work and stuff was good, but some of it I felt like they were a little bit disconnected. Let's talk about. Can you find the scene with the water cup?
Oh,
Can you see if that scene is available somewhere?
Actually,
water cup scene.
No,
it's there. So there's an article from Screen Rant. In Shutter Island, why does a woman appear to drink an invisible glass of water?
I have the photo on stream. I don't know if I can get the. Yeah, here we go. Let's get the photo right there.
So I don't even know. Like we'll find out right now, on the air.
I think it was just a mistake.
No, there's people are saying with some people accusing Scorsese of missing a continuity error. However, the scene in question is no accident.
What does it encourage you to believe that what's going on
as it informs audiences about the perspective of Leonardo DiCaprio's lead character?
Really?
The audience can understand the true meaning of its first watch, at least if they haven't already identified the thematic subtext during the first act. What the audience does know, however, is that Teddy Daniels arrives at the invisible glass sequence takes place directly after Teddy wakes up from a nightmare. Please, Dr. Crawley. Okay, we don't really need that.
You should read whole sentences so I can put it in videos.
So I'm just trying to find where they're explaining it. In Shutter Island, water is a primary theme because of what transpires in the climatic reveal. Teddy remembers the fact that he killed his wife, Dolores, after she drowned their 3 children. So at the 12-minute mark, when Dr. Cawley tells Teddy that Rachel Solando seemingly evaporated, he's actually trying to help Leonardo DiCaprio's character overcome his delusions about the elaborate fictional framework that he created. Shortly before the invisible glass scene, Teddy has a nightmare about a woman who appears to be his wife, and then wakes up to pouring rain, which thematically connects the opening sequence when DiCaprio's character arrives at Ashecliffe during a storm. So Teddy is haunted by perpetual rain, i.e. emotional trauma, and so his subconscious blocks out water because it reminds him of the day he lost his 3 children and murdered his wife.
It's possible. I also think it could have been like she was doing a shot and Scorsese was like, "Can you like show us how you drink the water?" And then like he forgot to record a second shot of her actually with a glass. Like, "Okay, we're good to cut here. Show me how you drink the water so I can get a sense of your directing and your acting style." And then, now put the glass down. All right, that's a cut. That's a wrap, people. You know, and then they just use that by accident.
No.
So G.I. Jada asked, was Shutter Island Leo's best performance? I think we are both I think I can say, I'm going to speak for both of us here when we say we really liked his performance here. Like it was really well done.
Who said you can speak for me?
I'm speaking for you. You shut your mouth right now. Definitely an amazing performance. But I think we both can say that The Revenant is probably our pick for Leo's best performance. I can't even explain that. It's just like that movie is,
So it was.
Oh, it didn't get any recognition? I don't know.
Does it bug me?
Like it's really good, but I don't know if it's Academy Award. Like his performance is definitely really good. But I guess Leo's been plagued with his performances not being recognized. So
yeah,
I don't
know.
Like, there's nothing wrong with this movie. I mean, there's
nothing wrong with it, but I don't think it's at the caliber of an Academy Award movie. Like, if you saw this movie, compared to, like, let's just say this movie compared to Dune, even though they're like two completely different stylistic movies, but like the quality of Dune compared to the quality of Shutter Island. Like, hold on, let me go to the Oscars website and see what movies were in there for 2010.
So, G, I was asking if we have not seen Departed, or at least I have not.
Departed, hold on. Have I seen this movie? I've heard about Departed, but I have not watched it. It's got Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg. I liked how I was in Transformers.
Well, I was doing a Boston accent. Then you just...
Yeah, no, it probably was better than Coda. I've not seen Coda, but that is not my style of movie at all.
I'm going to watch Coda.
Really?
So
okay, go have fun with that. 60-second review.
I'll watch it, and I'll 60-second review.
Yeah,
because I'm actually interested in that.
Because the thing is, like, Shutter Island is my jam. Like, I love...
The gloves don't fit.
I love psychological thrillers now. I think that we've been getting into those a lot. Would Tenet be a psychological thriller? Definitely, right?
Tenet?
Yeah.
No.
Really? Inception, Tenet?
That's time inversion.
Yeah, but I feel like that still psychologically thrills me, you know?
Maybe. I guess for you.
Yeah, it psychologically thrills me. It's a psychological thriller.
No, I don't think that counts.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
What about
how have I not watched Departed? That seems like something I would have watched. All right, well, we'll watch it.
Depart from that. I don't know. Are we going on?
Okay, so back here. Let me find the Oscar 2010 nominees just so I can see. Is there a way I could see 2010? Okay, here we go.
Do I want to see the column dance? Yeah. Well, we should. I wish I could put that on stream, but that's probably gonna be YouTube's gonna be like, stop, don't do that. So, what are you getting right now?
I'm just looking at the old, like the 2010, to see what movies were the best.
See if you can find a movie that is comparable to this in ratings or something that we've seen. I mean, even like 2011, 2012, you know? Like, this is not a bad movie. It's awesome, but it's not like...
so Best Picture in 2010.
Oh, okay, there you go.
It had Hurt Locker, Avatar, Blindside, District 9, An Education,
Really?
Inglourious Bastard, Precious, A Serious Man, Up, and Up in the Air. Dude, and the Hurt Locker won that year.
Avatar
got thrown to the side.
Really?
And what? That's interesting.
Well, it's nice to see you, Uncle Phil. Thank you for joining. I know it's probably really hard to get this channel from where you are, so it means a lot that you join in.
There's probably bad service down there.
Yeah, no, bad service. Down there? Wait a minute. You mean up there?
Type it from the grave.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I'm surprised Avatar didn't even win anything. That's kind of sad.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So do you wanna get this thing rated? What are we gonna put this at? What are you gonna score this movie?
I don't know, because I would watch this. I would give this another watch over The Lighthouse, to be honest.
I think it's. I'll be honest with you. It's a much easier watch. It's like you said. It's more digestible. Like, this is much easier to watch. If someone was like, I need something like lighter for like a party, maybe not a party, but you know what I mean. Like but like, Lighthouse was just so enjoyable to me that I don't know. I like these both. We gotta.
IMDb rates it an 8.2.
Oh yeah, wait. Let's look at those. Let's get. Yeah, I'm gonna put.
IMDb rates it 8.2, and then surprisingly on Rotten Tomatoes it's a 68% fresh tomato and a 77% audience score. I don't agree with Avatar at a 7.4.
I don't disagree. I remember it being good, but I don't remember being like.
It was cutting edge.
Yeah, it was cutting edge, but like, I don't know.
Dude, what we got all the people
arrested Will Smith, Shutter Island 8. Oh yeah, see, I agree with that. That's okay. Well, let's get right into Shutter Island.
Well, Shutter Island, yeah, I got an 8.2.
I don't want to. I don't want to jump to
Avatar's
conclusions here.
Avatar's like an 8.4. We won't review Avatar on this, but
arrested Will Smith. I like your Shutter Island review. We're about to reveal ours in a second. If anyone's having trouble typing, there is a 10-second delay just because of bots. Shutter Island. That's you just went a little bit higher than him, huh? Just had to knock him out of the way. Just had to knock him out of the way. Okay.
Okay, so I mean, look, we like to go into the bell curves here, so we got a pretty skewed bell curve. This movie seemed to do straight off the bat like pretty well with 18 to 29.
I'm seeing a lot of
again. I mean, the higher ratings for below 18 is interesting.
Yeah, look at the ratings below like 4. There's nothing at a full %, and we've seen some movies with even if a movie has a higher bell curve starting at like 9 to like 7, they always have like a couple % in the 1s and 2s.
Yeah.
This movie is pretty. That's a lot for 10 for out of 10, 17% for 10 out of 10. That's pretty intense.
So compared to The Lighthouse, this movie is more digestible. Lighthouse is a lot more complex messaging. We gave The Lighthouse an 8.
We did.
It rated 7.4 out of 10 on IMDb. We gave it an 8 because we felt like the acting was really well performed. We thought that Robert Pattinson, so the acting was really well. The script writing was also good.
Yeah. Brian Edwards says 8.5. I'm assuming 8.5 Shutter Island. That's Shutter. We're about to say what we think. We're almost there. That's pretty close though.
Yeah, I just want to, because it's a comparison. Yeah. We got to give Fuzz Aldrin what he wants. So hopefully, Fuzz Aldrin, when you're seeing this, the comparison is that they're both like psychological thrillers. Fuzz Aldrin said that this was better than The Lighthouse, and I personally, I'm gonna probably go a little bit higher than IMDb and say I'm gonna give it an 8.4.
Really? Okay, well let's see.
Because I would rewatch it. Like, I would add this to the favorites.
Wait a minute. Let's get Rotten Tomatoes up in here, just so we can get a little comparison here. Rotten Tomatoes is rougher, and I don't agree with either of these numbers. Even though Rotten Tomatoes system works a little differently, I guess it's not truly like a 6.8 out of 10. But if you want to think about it that way, I don't agree with either of these. 68% not certified. That's rough. I don't think that
it's a fresh tomato. It's fresh.
But it needs to be a pristine, from the farmer's market tomato. Oh, Fuzz Aldrin is here, dude. Thanks so much. Appreciate you've been watching from the beginning.
He just hasn't said anything.
Yeah, dude. Welcome. Yeah, dude. We checked it out, and we're about to rate it. So.
Well, I gave it an 8.4, so it's up to Cody. Also, whoever's here, I think we have like 4 or 5 people here. I don't know. It says 2 watching on my end. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, Uncle Phil says he watched Planet of the Apes. He gave it an 8.2. I have not seen many of those movies. I haven't seen many of them.
Let's get a. I wish we could do a tally, but let's just put in the chat what you guys would want to see us do next. We're looking for some movies that are not too mainstream, like Shutter Island. So give us something that you guys would want to see us do next.
So you gave it an 8.4.
8.4 for me, yeah. Tough. It's tough.
It's tough because we gave Lighthouse an 8. That's why it's tough, because I think they're amazing. You know what? They're both amazing.
They could both be good. They could both be good.
Yeah, for different reasons, I guess. I'm gonna give this a solid 8.
A solid 8?
A solid 8.
Do you want to meet in the middle at 8.2?
That's what we always do. So
you want to? Okay, so we're gonna go straight shot 8.2 like IMDb.
Yeah, Fuzz Aldrin says, I would love for you guys to review Everything Everywhere All at Once. Luca, let's put that on the list. Uncle Phil suggested Moon. I'm assuming that is a movie I have not seen.
I should do a tally on the Instagram. Well, I mean, I guess. Well, okay, whatever. I'll let me look at these up.
Yeah, and I'm going to on the live stream edit our movie rankings. That is Shutter Island at 8.2. No longer just question marks. So that's why. So we were saying before the stream started.
Oh, this is a new movie.
Yeah.
Is this one of those? Is this a foreign film?
Wait a sec. So we were saying before the stream, we wanted to do some lower level movies, because if you look at the chart below me, at the bottom of the screen, there's been some pretty high ranking movies we've done this year. We've had pretty much everything in the 8s and 9s. So if there's movies you guys want to recommend that are like not that good, like bad in a funny way, that we can review, we were thinking that'd be really interesting. What were we gonna say, Luca?
Yeah, we wanted to break up the. There's been too many movies that are like bangers.
Oh, that's
you know, so like we wanted to switch it up a little bit. Adventure sci-fi. This one might be. Well, this one's different. Cody.
You talk about everything everywhere all at once.
Yeah, it just came out recently.
Fuzz says that's by the Russo brothers. That's pretty cool. So I've never seen anything they've made, I think, that wasn't Marvel related. So that'd be interesting. Uncle Phil says Chronicles of Riddick. Definitely heard of that before. I have not seen it. Yeah, keep adding stuff to this list. And
what the hell? Movie. Which one? Oh, the 2009 one?
Which movie? Chronicles of Riddick?
No, Moon. This is like super niche.
Yeah, Uncle Phil, which Moon are you talking about?
Well, there's only one. It has Kevin Spacey.
I really like Kevin Spacey as an actor. Has anyone here seen House of Cards? That's one of my favorite shows I've ever seen before the 3rd season. Just starts to get bad. I want to try and pronounce this, Uncle Phil. Les Amants de Pont-Neuf. 1980s Les French film. De Pont-Neuf. He gave it a 9.2. That'd be interesting. French film.
About a tramp on a bridge.
Add that. Let's just keep adding stuff to the list, because no guarantee on which one we're doing next.
Subtitles? Like, how can you?
Oh, like I imagine it has subtitles. Otherwise, it would just be. Yeah, no.
The Chronicles of Riddick. I've seen stuff with this. This movie is like. Yeah. He was like, "You want bad? I'll give you bad." It has 29% Rotten Tomato.
Which one?
The Chronicles of Riddick.
That'll do. Hold
on, I'm still working out. I haven't even.
Yeah, just slowly. I mean, just add the titles. We can figure out the details later. Yeah, we haven't decided what we're gonna do next. We were on a Robert Pattinson kind of thing after Batman. That's why we watched The Lighthouse. So, this is our second Leonardo DiCaprio movie. It was Shutter Island, and first we watched The Revenant last year. That should be on our YouTube. We really liked that movie, so I had no doubt he'd be really good in this. And he did not disappoint.
He's just good, and like I don't think he has a bad movie.
I just don't like Titanic.
Well, that's your opinion.
Yeah. No, it's not a bad movie. I just it's not something I'd watch.
Well, yeah, okay.
It doesn't psychologically thrill me, okay, Luca? It's not like a psychological...
Where can we watch this?
Which one?
I'm trying to find where I can watch Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, okay.
It's probably not even on streaming yet.
Oh, is it brand new?
I think it's brand new.
Oh, well.
Is it in theaters? When can we watch this? Or is it not even out yet? No, it came out. So then where the hell can I watch it? It was a limited theatrical release.
Well, it'll be on something eventually.
They're saying it might come to Netflix.
There you go. One of us will have Netflix.
Release dates: March 25th, United States.
You can worry about that later. Do we have any other movies we wanted to announce we were going to do soon? There was one you wanted to do. It was a Jake Gyllenhaal one, right?
I wanted to check out Nightmare Alley because that one was another psychological thriller that was on the Oscars. And that one seemed like it was going to be good. And that's on Hulu. There's Velvet Buzzsaw with Jake Gyllenhaal. That's on Netflix. There's Nightcrawler I wanted to check out. Good Time with Robert Pattinson. There's Cosmopolis with Robert Pattinson. Enemy with Jake Gyllenhaal. So, I mean, there's some good ones on there.
Yeah, we'll definitely find something else.
Three and Out. Let me find that one too.
Yeah, add that to the list. I have not heard of Three and Out. We definitely got to watch some. I had mentioned it. I don't know if I mentioned it last live stream or if I had said it just in my free time with Luca. I wanted to watch some. I think I've definitely seen Con Air before. Definitely. I wanted to see action movies from our favorite actors, but they're worse ones. So like Bruce Willis. I want to watch Bruce Willis's lowest rated action movie. Or Liam. No, I'm sorry. Or Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson.
Oh, it was Liam Neeson. Yeah.
Like Liam Neeson's worst rated action movie ever. But whatever it is, let's watch it and review it.
It's. Oh my god. Oh, I had the worst.
What?
I don't even know. Oh wait, what is Liam Neeson's lowest? Oh my god, I'm trying to find it. Well, they're saying Clash of the Titans, but that's like hella old.
Thank you, Uncle Phil, for all the suggestions. Definitely.
Oh wait, I gotta go to number one. Number one is Satisfaction. That's the worst Liam Neeson movie.
All right,
but that's not like a. That's not like a. Like action movie.
It's not an action movie?
No.
Oh, it's got to be an action movie. I want some really bad fight scenes. That'd be cool if we did really good action movies. Like I'm talking.
Here we go. Maybe we can do The Other Man. It's 5.4 rated, and it's Neeson stars as a man whose wife dies, then receives a letter from a man he doesn't know. Obsession leads the husband to attempt to track down the mystery man and find out his relationship with the man's dead wife. All right.
That sounds like a Liam Neeson movie. That just sounds like a generic action movie. So.
Damn, Uncle Phil has been around the block with movies.
Imagine. Let's see.
First Mel Gibson action movie. All right, Cody. We're probably hitting an hour now because I know you wanted to keep it to 45 minutes, but we've been having a good time. We've been having a good time.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll make sure the chat is saved. So if there's any movies that we missed that you guys suggested, we'll definitely make sure to get them all written down. And we try to keep it to. We're trying to hit once a week here. It's looking like we're going to be doing maybe Sunday mornings. But who knows? Right now it's kind of up in the air. Definitely once a week though. And
yeah, we're gonna try to get some.
Yeah, stuff. And also. If you guys want to check out our Instagram page, I haven't done a lot, but Luca does a lot of 60-second reviews. Some of them get posted here on YouTube, though, depending. So yeah, a lot of new stuff in the works.
Oh damn, we're gonna have to pay to watch. Yeah. We're gonna have to pay to watch The Other Man. We got to pay $3 to rent it on Prime.
Goodbye, Uncle Phil. Thank you so much for joining in. Much appreciated.
See, Uncle Phil's pleasure having you.
Fuzz, hope you enjoyed this review. We definitely liked it.
That's we hope we gave you what you.
Are you not entertained? So.
We got a lot in the works. We'll announce on Instagram, and maybe I'll do a YouTube short of the next one we're doing. So we'll discuss it and see. I'll actually, you know what? I'll put up a poll of 3 movies on Instagram, and I'll see which one gets voted the most, and we'll do that as the next one.
Sounds good. Yeah, definitely liked it, Fuzz. Definitely a really good movie. I was honestly on the edge of my seat. I didn't look at my phone that much. So, thank you guys all for watching. Fuzz, Uncle Phil, Killer Point of View. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in.
They're here too?
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Wow.
You gave it a 7.
What a stream today. Okay. What a stream.
Yeah, we gave it an 8.2. Luca was an 8.4. I was like, you know what? I'm sitting at an 8. We've been really into the psychological thrillers, so. Also, for whoever's still here, Killer Point of View is another podcast where they do scary movies. Correct. I'm afraid of scary movies. And I'm going to speak on behalf of Cody and say that he's afraid of scary movies. I mean, not if someone's with me. So check out Killer Point of View for some scary action if you're into those movies. We kind of just do this fun, stuff, but we're not gonna dive into that side of the movie verse. That's the dark side of the universe. Oh wait, Killer Point of View. Are you guys saying that you gave Shutter Island a 7, or you mean do you mean? Isn't there a movie called Seven? A really popular movie called Seven? I don't know. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a really good movie. That's also Luca. You would really like Seven, if you haven't seen that. It's another psychological thriller, if I remember correctly. Crime mystery. Okay. That was a really good movie. Yeah, you know what? You're not wrong, Fuzz. I see why you gave it that rating, since you saw Shutter Island. Oh, we have to say, is Shutter Island a favorite or not? Oh, is it on the ITM favorites list? Is it on the ITM favorites list? Yeah. Yes? Okay. And Lighthouse isn't? What? No, that makes sense. This is easier to watch. Hey, Killer Point of View gave Shutter Island an 8.5. We gave it an 8.2. Actually, Luca, I gave it an 8.4. Yeah, collectively, it's an 8.2. You guys are right with us on that. Yeah, Fuzz, totally get why you gave Lighthouse a 6. Since you saw this movie beforehand, I just like them pretty much equally for very different reasons. I like the idea of Lighthouse and how you have to do a little research into the theories. So yeah, that one's just more complicated. Yeah, it's two different styles, similar aspects, but I appreciate them for different reasons. So this is going to be a really interesting ITM awards, in my opinion. Like this is going to be 2022 ones. Yeah, like once we get to the end of the year, this is going to be like a crazy ITM awards. Yeah, what we do for the awards each year is we do movies. We do all the movies we've seen. We don't not include old movies. So it's like the Oscars, but it's just everything you've seen. So I think last year we take the movies that we've reviewed for the year and we put them in this whole thing. And we'll actually know it. So we did this one as like a PowerPoint. I think the next one, since we'll be graduated and maybe we'll have more time, we can do like a whole fun like green screen set kind of thing. Yeah. I did like the layout of our previous one, but we'll figure it out for sure. We'll talk about it. So, well, thanks again, everyone, for joining in. Killer Point of View, Uncle Phil, Fuzz Aldrin. We got Brian Edwards. G.I. Jada. Arrest Will Smith. Thank you. Got some great personalities today. Yes, thank you, everyone, for joining in. Much appreciated. We hope you enjoyed.
check out the Instagram for the poll.
Yes.
To vote on the next movie. And we will see you in the next podcast.
Yes.
Unless you want to say something, Cody.
We will indeed we're definitely going to keep going. So this live stream is going to be up for a little bit tonight. Eventually there's going to be a refined version of the podcast that's going to be up on YouTube, so this will get unlisted. But for now, this will be here, and then you guys can watch the better view with a lot of quiet time taken out. And it will also be on Spotify eventually, so check it there as well.
It'll be on, it'll be up there.
Yeah, so... All right. We will let you guys know on our Instagram what's coming next, and any 60-second reviews will also be there.
We could do a YouTube poll, too.
That's true. We could.
I'll do the poll on YouTube.
Yeah, do both.
I'll do it on both.
Do it on both. Add the scores together.
All right.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks a lot.
Goodbye.